Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome over here to the Dascar Phillips Cup Series Season number 9 2017 here on Ziggo Sports. We are here for a very special event, one of the, well, not that many very special events actually. We are here for the Mud Winter Classics, which will be not at Volusia, to that I will come in a few moments, but at Bristol Dirt Speedway. What? Bristol Dirt Speedway? Yes indeed. This is the Bristol Motor Speedway, you know, except for that he put a layer of dirt on there and now is a dirt racetrack instead of a concrete racetrack. So looking very much forward to this. And actually, to be honest, because if you look down there, it says, well, you cannot see where I'm pointing obviously, but if you do look in the left corner down low, it says lap 0 of 15. 15 laps is not very long. And that is because this is not the main race yet. We are going to do qualifying races. And even more even differently than we did in the beginning of the season with the Daytona 500. Because we're going to have a format over here, which will have... Am I going to explain it yet? Yes. We're going to have 3 heat races over here. Listen closely, we got 3 heat races of 14 drivers in each race, which is in total 3 times 14 is 42. So pretty much then everybody will be in a heat race. Of the 14 drivers in every race, the top 8 will qualify for the main race. So they will move on to the main race straight away. The lineup for the main race, we'll get to that in a couple of moments. The person who finishes dead last, so in 14th position, does not qualify for the main race. And yes, indeed, there are going to be 6 drivers in total who will not qualify. So, that driver will also not get any points, so pretty much his weekend is already done. So, reason for that, pretty much it's just to bring a little bit more excitement to it, and also, well, pretty much at Volusia actually, which we wanted to go to initially, but we did some more thorough testing. I did that yesterday, and then I just found out, well, that track should have never been on the schedule, simply because it looks great and there can be great races probably, but the margin, pretty much there were 2 possibilities. One is pretty much no cautions or just 2 or 3 cautions in a main race, and that's for such a long race, it's really few. And the other possibility was, well, 12 plus cautions, simply because for some reason they tend to wreck at every restart, and if they don't wreck at the restart, they will wreck not at all. So I wasn't really fond of that, so I thought, well, made a decision not to go to Volusia. So apologies to everybody. Also played it through to John Ciudadino and Jane Pinter, who are going to have races run also this week. And said, well, if you still want to run at Volusia, that's no problem what you want. John is going to run the Dascar Regional Pro Cup Series race at Bristol, which will also be in the next few days. About Jane Pinter and the KLM series, I am not 100% sure, so that you will see on his channel. So go check out their channels as well. Utica Home Truck Series for John Ciudadino's Dascar Regional Pro Cup Series, and Dascar, CA for Jane Pinter's Dascar KLM series. So that said, well, pretty much I'm going from from right to left, but so therefore we have decided not to go to Volusia Speedway, but I already tested this racetrack a few weeks ago for a different project, and that's still a secret, and found out eventually that this racetrack is awesome. So the normal Bristol racetrack had a little bit of, well, issues with not really much passing up front. This racetrack has passing all the way from start to finish, every single lap up front. Maybe not every lap, but it's a great racetrack, so I'm really looking forward to this race. Now get back to the heat races, because that was where we started. So we're gonna get 36 cars eventually in the main race. So eight in every heat race. Top 8 qualifies. The person who finished dead last does not qualify. That leaves us with 5 leftover drivers, which is spots number 9 through 13. Those drivers will go to a last chance qualifier, and that last chance qualifier will be of 20 laps, with eventually then, well, 5 times 3 is 15 cars in total. Of those 15, the top 12 qualify for the main race, and the last 3 drivers also do not qualify for the main race. For the heat races, the winners will get 10 championship points, and for the last chance qualifier, the winner will get 5 championship points. Once again, no points for the drivers who don't qualify, so you really have to qualify for this race. So don't finish last, or don't get, well, better not to get in the last chance qualifiers either, so just finish in the top 8. Main race is gonna be a 100 laps, so it's a long race. The order in which everyone will start is simply the winner from this race, heat race number 1, will be on pole. Winner of heat race number 2 will be starting second. Winner from heat race number 3 will be starting third. Second place in heat race number 1 will be starting in fourth, and so forth, and so forth, until we have 24 cars. And then we will get the 12 drivers from the last chance qualifier filling positions number 25 through 36, pretty much by the order in which they finish in the last chance qualifier. So that's the format for this race. Hope you still get it, and otherwise that will come later. It will be more clear for you. Let's get a little bit of an update on my surgery. You can already hear on my how do you call it? You can already hear in my voice that I'm feeling a lot better, and I am actually. Ever since I did the main race of Irwindale, I've been feeling much better. And actually, Wednesday it went really huge step forward. So sometimes a little bit of pain and still backlashes, but most of the times I'm actually feeling fine. So I'm starting to do everything I used to do again. So walking, plane spotting, going to school. Dancing, however, is not going to work that good as of yet, but that will come. So at least I'm feeling better. So thanks to everybody for the well wishes. I really appreciate that. So good to hear your support for me. Then I will not really focus on the Irwindale race as of yet. All I want to say is that well, because I will do that for the main race. I will leave it up for the main race. Also, of course, victory of Joseph Nesta, which is his first ever victory in 184 starts. That's absolutely incredible. Another thing is that Angel Navarro is back again, and of course, Tord Larsen has been replacing them at Irwindale. Had 2 solid top 15 finishes, so did a great job. But now Angel Navarro is back again. Tord Larsen, however, he is ready to move to the Dascar Phillips Cup Series as well. He said in a comment on the Irwindale main race, full time for the next common deadline. So it will be after race number 25 at the Nordschleife. So he is coming back. Point standings I will leave for the main race. Please remember to comment. If you already commented on both the Irwindale races, you're fine. If you comment on this race, it will also count as commenting on a race. So that's cool. And pretty much I've already said about the Dascar Regional Pro Cup Series and Dascar KLM Series. Go check it out on those 2 channels in the near future. So quickly I will skim through the field over here. Not really much has changed. There were 2 new paint schemes, but they're not being used. Danny Voiles is running a new paint scheme though, so 14 cars we have in this field, and that is not a whole lot, but it's still going to be an exciting race. So there we got Danny Voiles in this new kickstart car, which is in these pink with black, so looking pretty cool. So we'll go through this pretty quickly. It's just a random order, so I'm going to cross everybody out, so everybody will be, or everybody who's been in this race will not be in race number 2 and 3 yet. So it's just organizational stuff, not very interesting for you. But what is interesting is this race. Nathan Ormond in the 15 is on pole, and he finished in the top 10 at the Irwindale main race. So he did a great job there. So he's looking forward to having some more successful results. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Bristol, baby. It is dirt racing. It is the Mudsummer Classic, heat race number 1. Oh, and Anna Greg immediately aggressive. By the way, penalties will not count for this race, so if you turn around somebody or if you cause a crash, it will not count. It's just simply going to be plain racing. No tokens used as well, so that's cool. Everybody fair, square level. And Anna Greg has taken over the lead. Of course, we will move from the front to the back a couple of times where Chris Dodd is, so he needs to pass some others. Otherwise, he will not qualify for the main race. 15 laps it is, so it's a short race. Will be between 5 and 10 minutes every race. Cautions are possible and will count in laps. The 41 car, Keith Black took over the lead, and look at who's coming over there. That's the 81 car of Daniel Voiles, who starts somewhere midfield towards the back. And he's already worked his way to the front. That's quite impressive. See the 0 car over there of Anthony Lopez as well, and the 54 car, a painted new car indeed, is sad. But due to the 54 car finishing in second position at the Romandale, he's not racing that scheme yet. Will come maybe next race. But Daniel Voiles now under pressure from Anthony Lopez in the 0 car, who goes down low on him. Still, now it's the 4 car of Philip Goldberg who is in the back. Nobody is locked in. Also something which I forgot to say. So everybody will have to race their way into the main race. Nobody locked in. So not even a championship points leader, which is indeed Philip Goldberg. So the 0 car is still up front as we're almost halfway through this qualifying race. This heat race number 1 it is. As Sander Kort in the 51 car is working away to the front now, second place. And the 54 car is going backwards. We got sort of a lead group of 4 cars, then a gaggle of a couple of others. And of course we got, in these heat races, we got 3 different battles, 3 different races. We got the race for the win. We got the race for, well, getting in the main race and not in the qualifying race. Or the last chance qualifiers, and that's around this place. And we got the battle for the last position and not, well, pretty much not going to do not qualify for the main race. So Sander Kort in the 51 car has taken over the lead in her pink with silver-ish white car, whatever the color is. And I gotta say, this car looks pretty cool. There's another one with then pink replaced with purple, so well, pretty cool. So 4 key schemes for Daniel Voiles. But Sander Kort is sort of checking out over here. She's quite far in front, and now Chris Dodd is the one who is in a danger spot again. The last position where you don't want to finish. Got some more battles over here. Battle for 4th places is between the 8 car of Ray Takeda and the 15 car of Nathan Ormond, who's working his way back to the front again. Still the 15 car up front. Still Chris Dodd all the way in the back. But now Giancarlo Robles is going backwards quite rapidly. When we cross the start-finish line here, we'll get 2 laps to go. Sander Kort in the 51 car still hasn't finished or hasn't won a Phillips Cup Series race. Of course, it's only a heat race, but if she wins this race, she will be on pole for the main race of the Mudsummer Classic. So, yes, victory is definitely welcome for her. And now, indeed, it's the 24 car of Giancarlo Robles who is in last position when we got just 1 turn to go. And this is something which I am going to try right now, thanks to Joshua Michaels. Oh, it works out. Sander Kort wins the race and Giancarlo Robles does not qualify for the main race. Ouch, that is painful for Giancarlo Robles, who is 5th in points. Yeah, I still have wounds, so I'm looking at it hurts a little bit. But okay, so recap how it's going to play out now. Sander Kort wins this race, will start on pole for the main race of the Mudsummer Classic at Bristol Motor Speedway Dirt version. Anthony Lopez then will start in 4th position, Daniel Voiles will start in 7th, Nathan Ormond will start in 10th, and so on and so forth. Anna Greg, Audrey Bernaskis, Pri McShane and Keith Black all move on to the main race straight away. Then who will be in the last chance qualifiers? That will be the number 9, the 54 of Robert Goldberg, Ray Takeda in the 8th, Philip Goldberg in the 4, Chris Dodd in the 32, and Zachary Fiswarner in 59. So they're not certain yet of a starting position in the main race. So they will still have to race their butts off in the LCQ. And then unfortunately, it is Giancarlo Robles in the 24 car who doesn't qualify for the main race. And that's going to be a tough one to swallow for him. So unfortunately, it's over. His racing weekend is already over. So no points for him over here. And that's especially painful because it's a double points race. So yeah, you will lose quite a lot of points. And that's why these qualifying races are so important. So ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna move to the next, I keep on saying qualifying race, but of course, well, sorry for this event is named the heat race. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move for the next heat race number 2 it is. And I'm still doubting a little bit what I should do with this, writing down. Oh, I should have thought about that prior to doing the race, sorry about that. Yeah, you know, ladies, anyway, we'll move on to the next heat race right now. And so we are back again for heat race number 2. We got another 14 drivers on the racetrack which are going to battle for the victory. And of course, therefore, 10 bonus points, which I also forgot to mention. That's on course who won heat race number 1, which went caution free. She won race number 1, heat race number 1, and therefore she gets 10 bonus points. And yeah, does not qualify. It's a 24 car of Giancarlo Robles, so that's quite painful for him. We'll go through the field over here, and heat race number 2 will then be going on shortly. So we got a couple of, well, I'm not mentioning names, of course, just to speed up things. Don't want this video to be too long, to be honest. But we have seen a great heat race number 1, which went caution free. Now the chance that the race goes caution free is around 40%. So we'll see how this race will go on as we're gonna get this run underway. So number 9 car, it is Chris Gomez who is on the pole with on his outside the number 6 car of DJ Kirker. So both had a terrible race at the Irwindale main race. Let's see if they can turn it around. The green flag is out over here. Heat race number 2 it is. Oh, and that 29 car of pancaked the wall over there. Caitlin Sang. Not sure if she has too much damage from it, but don't think so. Normally these walls are pretty solid, so you can bounce off them. You can see she's quite far in the back though now, as the 2 car of Aiden Thomas moves to the lead. And look at who's there. The number 62 car of Joseph and Esther, your freshest winner in the series. And man, what a great victory it was for him at Irwindale. After 183 winless races, finally he picks up his first career win. After indeed 183 races winless. That's the longest streak ever we've had. Ever. And Caitlin Sang in the 29 car, she's not going great. She has damage on her right side after pancaking the wall in lap number 1. Going backwards and now is in the DNQ position, the last position. You don't want to be there. But still, we have some laps to go. Jane Pinter, his teammate Giancarlo Robles, did not qualify for the main race after he's race number 1, and therefore he really wants to qualify for this main race. At least he wants to have 2 cars then in the main race. So going forward, now we got a little bit of a train going on over here. The 9 car thinks about braking the train again as he goes to the inside of Joseph Nesto. Yeah. You can put the slide out job on here on somebody else, but it's not really working out so far. So go Joshua Michaels in the 04 car right behind the 62 of Joseph Ernesto. And still up front it is Aiden Thomas in the number 2, and in the back it's now the number 38 car who has some damage. It seems like the 38 of Beth Black may have gone around or something. I'm not sure what happened to her. We'll get the replay at the end of the race. So, well, a little bit of an incident. So far, no cautions though. And that's quite remarkable after the test races I did. So, I don't know. We'll see. So got some great racing going. Joseph Nesto getting back by the number 9 car and taking over 3rd position. Going to the front again, and seems like for some reason that 62 car really has been unchained now. So 2/3 of the race are in the books, and I'm afraid for Beth Black that this is not gonna be a great race for her. She has lost quite a lot of ground, is almost 2 seconds behind Caitlin Sang. So, well, she either needs another crash to happen or she needs a caution, and for some reason to catch up. But I don't think a caution is gonna be enough. She just needs somebody to crash out now. Otherwise, it's gonna be a tough pill to swallow for Beth Black, because then she will not qualify for the main race. Oh, a lot of damage on that number 38 car. Joseph Nesto still argy-bargying with the number 9 of Chris Gomez, while the number 2 car of Aiden Thomas has run away from the field, especially from the number 27 car of Jane Pinter. And the battle for seconds is on. Chris Gomez is going to attack Jane Pinter. The two teammates going after each other. And at this point you might wonder, well, is that smart? I don't know. Just make it, bring it home, and then get those 2 cars in the main race. It is gonna be coming out of turn number 2 for this number 2 car of Aiden Thomas, who wins the race. Once again, a caution-free race. And who will not qualify should come by right there. Number 38 of Beth Black. We'll get a replay of what happened with her. I have no clue, to be honest, but this is your winner. So, conclusion. Oh man, that's quite a long way back. Conclusion: Aiden Thomas wins the race, gets those 10 bonus points, and he will start in 2nd position. With then Joseph Nesto in the 32 car or 62 car starting in 5th position. Chris Gomez will start in 8th. Jane Pinter will start in 11th and so on as 4th. 5th we got DJ Kirker in the number 6 car, then Joshua Michaels, Alexander Rowe and William Brock. Those drivers will make it to the main race straight away. Last chance qualifiers is gonna be for Prunus Littlejohn. Ouch, that's a tough pill for her. Tough deal. Not pill. We'll stop with the pills. I've had enough pills now. Henrietta Fitzwater in the number 30 car, also in the LCQs, just like Devin Roberts in the 08. Grace Nacavino in the 70, and with also a bit of right side damage, Caitlin Sang, so they have to repair that car again. Prepare it for the LCQs, and hopefully for her she can bring it back in the main race after finishing good enough in the LCQs. And yeah, DNQ for Beth Black. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a look at what happened to her on here. I don't know, but just gonna have to take a look at what happened to Beth Black for her not to qualify for the main race. Okay, so there was a little bit of contact between the 38 car of Beth Black and the 02 car of Prunus Littlejohn. It's on lap number 4. And coming out of turn number 4, the 38 car gets a tap from Prunus Littlejohn. And that will turn the 38 car bang into the wall, just like the 02 car actually. So Prunus Littlejohn got a little bit of damage in this deal as well. And that caused some damage to Beth Black, and therefore she slowed down. It's not like she spun or anything or she crashed, it's just a matter of bad luck for her getting turned and getting too much damage, causing her car speed to drop, and therefore not being able to finish good enough to make it to the main race, let alone the LCQ. So unfortunately it's over for Beth Black. And therefore, here we have our official results. Once again, we're gonna bring you now to heat race number 3. The last heat race of today, it is heat race number 3. And of course, the last 14 drivers on the racetrack. So we've had 2 caution-free heat races so far. One by Suncourse and Aiden Thomas. Both will have 10 bonus points added to their championship standings, and did not qualify so far. The 24 of Giancarlo Rose and the 38 car of Beth Black, so those drivers will not be in the main race. And there's one more to add to that list in this race. So skimming through the field over here, and there indeed it's in the number 91 car of Angel Navarro, who is back again behind the wheel. As said, indeed, Tord Larson replacing him in the 2 races at Irwindale, but now it's Angel Navarro back again. Tord Larsen will be back for the next comment deadline. So after race number 25, Tord Larsen will step in the Phillips Cup Series full time. I'm starting to get hungry, so you might hear some belly noises. So skimming through the fields, and well, pretty much not really no really interesting paint schemes. So let's see how this race is gonna be. We had 2 pretty cool races so far, and this is the last one, of course. And then we'll move to the last chance qualifier. 15 cars, of which still 3, the last 3, will not qualify for the main race. So Tommy Turbo with Angel Navarro on his outside will lead us to the green at Bristol. Man, it's such a great racetrack. Lovely. Oh, and already some drivers making contact. Martin Suarez with an aggressive Joshua Ciccoli in the 19 car. And seems like it's working for the number 19 car, because he's going for the lead. Joshua Ciccoli with an incredibly aggressive move. Almost turning around the 48 car, and I'm not sure how Martin Suarez will feel about that, but well, at least the 48 car is now going to the lead, at least trying to. Goes to the inside, we hear some cars scraping the wall. We do have a crash. We have a big one in turn number 1. And the first caution of today is a fact. While these guys are still racing back to the line, it is Martin Suarez in the 48 car who will be your leader. So the first big crash of today, as 48 car slides in behind the 19 car. So involved Betty Johnson. Ouch. John Ciudadino in the 73 car as well. And there the 52, the 91 car of Angel Navarro is involved. So not a very happy welcome for him back to the Phillips Cup Series. And I'm not sure if some others were involved. We see some more damaged cars. So at least Martin Suarez is in the lead, ladies and gentlemen. We got a first caution of today. And that means we're going to take a look at the replays, caution number 1. So this one is gonna start off with Angel Navarro in the number 91 car. Indeed, as said, not a very happy welcome for him back again to the Phillips Cup Series, and he's going to get a tap from the number 23 car of Victor Gonzalez. So the rookie giving him a tap, and that will turn the 91 car into the 83 with the 73 and the 43 all involved. Ooh, so that's gonna be a big one. 91 car goes backwards into the wall. Ouch. 43 car also gets some damage. I think the worst damage still is for the 91 car. There in these 52 car, Cody Smart gets a little piece of it, but I don't think he has too much damage, so he should be fine. So Angel Navarro with the biggest damage in this deal. We'll see if he can still have the speed to run everybody down, to not finish in that last position, and does not qualify DNQ for the main race. So 4, 5, 6, 7 car incident or something over here at Bristol with an Angel Navarro is your biggest, yeah, you know, we'll get to it on board. With Angel Navarro your biggest victim, and also pretty much where it started. So once again, no penalties will be handed out in the heat races and the LCQs. It's just going to be plain racing, so warnings and all that kind of stuff will come in the main race again. So onward with the number 91 car, this brand new race car. First time he's been in this car and already toasted. So, and that was it for Angel Navarro. At least he can still continue his way, at least that's what I think. But this is your leader, Martin Suarez, and we'll get you back to the restart again. Lights are out on the pace car. We got just 8 more laps to go and go. Green flag racing. Martin Suarez as your leader. In front of Joshua Ciccoli, Tommy Turbo, Nicole Chonovich, Victor Gonzalez, who was the, whatever. Who caused crash number 1, that was it. John Arndt is 6th, 7th, Denise Steinauer. Then we got Max Anderson, Debbie Myers, and Sean Angel with still 14 cars in the race. So we're gonna get another restart over here. Well, it's gonna be the first restart actually of today, so Green flag is out once again for Martin Suarez. Let's see if Joshua Ciccoli is again that aggressive. No, it's not gonna be Joshua Ciccoli who's aggressive, it's gonna be Tommy Turbo who's aggressive. Going to the inside of the 19 car. Not able to pull it off yet. Keep an eye out on that number 23 car. Victor Gonzalez also trying to work his way to the front. 19 car slides wide, way wide, almost into that upper groove. And that will maybe cause him some more issues. In the back over here we got the 43 car, the 73 and the 91 car. They are probably going to battle for not being in the final position. So they have damage. So 33 car of Tommy Turbo now moves to the lead again. When we got across start finish line, we'll have 5 more laps to go. It is. Joshua Ciccoli made a very aggressive start, not as aggressive as a restart. Of course, he knows that at this point you don't want to crash, especially not if you're being up front. Of course, those 10 bonus points are really helpful for you, but well, making it to the main race is more important. Though Joshua Ciccoli got stuck in the middle, and that was a very treacherous situation for him, but he survived. Just like Debbie Myers and Martin Suarez, and Debbie Myers in the 67 car is working her way to the front. And she is going to try to get the second heat race win of her team. With Sanne Korsen in the 51 car winning heat race number 1. She's going for heat race number 3 victory. That will be quite incredible. Lead is for her, 2 laps to go. In the final position, it's now Sean Angel in the 72 car who's in the final position. So Sean Angel has to race his butt off not to finish in that last position. As we cross start finish line, we'll have 1 more lap to go for Debbie Myers in the 67 car. Pretty much coming out of nowhere, working her way to the front, and there she is. Going into turns number 3 and 4, coming out of turn number 4. It's gonna be official now. Debbie Myers in 67 car will win heat race number 3. And who will LCQ, who will DNQ, and that is indeed Sean Angel, who's in the cloud of smoke now. Oh man, that's a tough break. John Cittadino's team has had a terrible day so far. Sean Angel in the 72 car does not qualify for the main race. No points for him. John Cittadino himself and the other teammate, Prunes Little John, will both be in the LCQ. So that's a tough break for that team. And pretty much they're not the only team. We'll get to the LCQ in a couple of moments. First off, Debbie Myers, talking about a team which has a lot of success. Debbie Myers will pick up the second victory in the heat races for the Aapjes after Sanne Korsen winning heat race number 1. She'll be starting in 3rd position in the main race. Martin Suarez will start in 6th place in the 48 car. In the 9th place will be John Arndt in the 09. 12th will be Tommy Turbo in 33 and so on. With Joshua Ciccoli finishing in 5th place in this heat race number 3. Victor Gonzalez, Betty Johnson and Max Anderson, all 8 qualify for the main race already. So don't have to worry about the LCQs. Drivers that do have to worry about the LCQs are Denise Steinauer in the 77 car, Cody Smart in the 52, Nicole Turnwich in the 17, John Cittadino in the 73 and Angel Navarro in the 91. And those last 2 drivers have to repair their cars very quickly to still make it in time. And actually I'm wondering, or I'm just noticed, Betty Johnson qualified for the main race in a manual up number 43 car. That's quite an incredible job by her. So Sean Angel not gonna be in the main race, and that will hurt for the Canadian. Very unfortunate, and he will join the list of Giancarlo Robles and Betty Johnson, drivers who will not make it to the main race. However, there are 3 more drivers who will join them, and those 3 drivers who will decide in the LCQs, which will be in a couple of moments. 15 drivers will be in there, and we'll get to that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, heat races are over. This field is almost set. The top 24 at least is set. Let's go to the rest of the field. The LCQs it is. And so we are back again, ladies and gentlemen, for the last chance qualifiers. We got 15 cars on the grid now. 20 laps is going to be the race, and eventually after those 20 laps, the last 3 drivers will D&Q for the main race. Over here, the Mudsummer Classic at the Bristol Dirt Motor Speedway. So, we're gonna go through the field here quite quickly. We got the number 29 car of Caitlin Sang, teammate did make it. Number 59 car teammate did not make it. So both Zachary and Henrietta Fitzwater are in this race. We got Denise Steinauer, the only one from her team in this race, and as you can already see over here, Devin Roberts and Ray Takeda both are in the LCQ, so they will have to race their butts off to make it to the main race. Of course, it's not too hard, but still, you never know where you're gonna happen. Still, of the 15 drivers, 20% will not make to the main race, so that's quite a lot. So, Grayson Acavito, the rookie, also did not make it, just like Ray Takeda as mentioned. And both Philip Goldberg and Robert Goldberg are over here in the LCQ, and that is quite remarkable for the team, which has been very strong all year long. Philip Goldberg, your points leader, and Robert Goldberg, a race winner already, so that's a tough break for that team. Now it's Chris Dodd over here in the 32 car, Nicole Tranowicz in the number 17 car, the only driver from those both are the only drivers from the team who didn't make it. Cody Smart over here in the 52 car. And we got Gian Ciadino, as said before, at the end of heat race number 3. 2 of the 3 drivers are in the LCQ, and 1 already didn't even make it to the LCQ, and that of course Sean Angel did not qualify. 1 of the 3 drivers together with Beth Black and the 24 Giancarlo Robles. Here we got the 54 car of Robert Goldberg, also didn't make it, as said. Henrietta Fitzwater, Prudence Littlejohn, and last but not least, it is Angel Navarro. Completely random, by the way, the starting grid is. So, the starting grid for the main race will not be random. So, for this race it will be. So, these drivers get 1 more shot to make it to the main race. It is 5 bonus points for the victor. Of course, that will be one of the 4 drivers who will get bonus points, together with Sonny Kors, who won heat race number 1. Aiden Thomas who won heat race number 2, and Debbie Myers who won heat race number 3. So 5 bonus points it is. Kaylin Sang up front, and we're gonna get the green flag over 20 laps, so a little bit longer race than the heat races were. And also 1 car more on the grid. Racing hard it is, making it to the main race, and also being conservative because you don't want to crash out, because then it could already be over very early for you. As the 59 car takes over the lead, Zachary Fitzwater staying up front is key over here. We see a couple of cars making a little bit of contact over here. John Ciadino almost got turned by Nicole Tranowicz. It is busy, 3 wide situation. Denise Steinauer is in a position where she doesn't want to be. And in the last 3 positions are currently Henrietta Fitzwater, who's about to go by Grayson Acavito, and Prudence Littlejohn, and Robert Goldberg. So those drivers quickly need to get to the front again, otherwise their race weekend is also over. Kaylin Sang has taken back the lead again, right in front of Nicole Tranowicz she is now, who's starting to get a run on her again, going to the front. And look at this guy, goodness gracious, Angel Navarro has already worked his way into the top 5 after starting in dead last, in 15th position, but that was a close call. John Ciadino really playing with his life. Lead change again, Nicole Tranowicz takes over the lead. And you can really see that this racetrack is so exciting, passing all around. Oh, there goes the 73 car around in the middle of the pack. Oh, and he gets hit by, from all people, his teammate. Of all people on the track, it was teammate Prudence Littlejohn who ran into John Ciadino. Man, can they get any worse? I'm pretty sure that if both of them can already make it to the main race, they will be satisfied. My goodness, how much bad luck can you have as a team? Nicole Tranowicz, she is up front. And caution number 1 is out, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna take a look at the replays. It was a little bit close racing, and eventually John Ciadino went around. Let's take a look at the replays. Caution number 1 of LCQs it is. pretty much the same thing as what we saw in heat version number 3 with, I don't even know who it was anymore. But, oh, then it was actually the 91 car who got turned around. Yeah, so Angel Navarro pretty much returning the favor to, well, somebody who was not involved in that incident. I forgot actually who was in that incident, so apologies about that. All the stupidity. But now it was John Cittadino in the 73 car who got turned around by the number 91 car of Angel Navarro. And as you can see over here, close call. Eventually, 08 car gets a little piece of it as well. John Cittadino going around in the middle of the racetrack. Bound to get hit by somebody else. Angel Navarro. Oh, look at Chris Dodd slamming on the brakes. Bruce Littlejohn. Prudy didn't make it. Slams into the back of the 73 car, causing him to spin around again. Luckily, I don't think there's too much damage for neither of two. But the problem is sort of, well, yeah, they do have a little bit of damage, and starting in the rear, I'm not sure about that, but maybe they're gonna make it still. So let's hope for Bruce Littlejohn and John Cittadino. Terrible weekend for them so far. From all people who are in the field, you get hit by your teammate. Oh, such a heartbreak for John Cittadino. Let's go on board over here with Bruce Littlejohn in the 02 car. Of course, has already a victory this season. Pretty much the only victory for that team this season. So they have 3 cars now in the field with Sean Angel as well. Watch in front of you. See that 73 car go around. Bruce Littlejohn picks the inside. Not low enough. Runs in the back of her teammate. Eventually John Cittadino gets left behind. But both will probably continue their way. It is Nicole Trinovic who is in the lead and will get you to the restart. Lights are out again on the pace car. Nicole Trinovic is your leader in front of Caitlin Sang in 29. Then we got the 08 of Devin Roberts, Zachary Fitzwater, and Angel Navarro is your top 5. Then still in 6th position is John Cittadino, so he doesn't even start up in the back because he slid across the start-finish line when the caution came out. So good news for him. But then we got Philip Goldberg, Henrietta Fitzwater, Chris Dodd, and Bruce Littlejohn rounding out your top 10. 15 cars in the field still, luckily, and the green flag is out. Look at Caitlin Sang, who has a great restart, already trying to get to the inside of Nicole Trinovic. Man, the 2 are gone, and we got another car spinning around. We got more cars spinning out. We got all cars spinning around. Oh, Bruce Littlejohn into the wall hard, with the 8 car also involved, and the 52 car of Cody Smart involved in this deal. He was the first one to go around. So another caution. Well, we got 2 cautions. We know that these guys are quite aggressive, and of course there's a lot at stake because of this race. 3 drivers don't make it to the main race, so last chance qualifiers living up to their name. 2nd caution of today, and still Nicole Trinovic, your leader. Let's take a look at the replays. Well, this is quite odd. We're gonna take a look at what happened over here, because the first driver I saw sideways was the 52 car of Cody Smart, but then pretty much the 3 drivers in front of him also went around for some reason. So let's take a look. But let's take a look at this. Could be possible we saw 2 different incidents in this deal. Cody Smart gets a tap from the 77 car of Denise Steinauer, who's quite desperate to get to the front again, a little bit too desperate. And then the 52 car will go around backwards into the wall. And there he destroys the rear end of his Acura, and that is painful. And there you can see what happened in front of them. So indeed 2 different incidents. The problem, of course, of this dirt track, when you spin around, you keep on spinning, spinning, spinning. I spin my head right round, like a record, baby. Like a record, right round, right round. And now let's take a look at what happened to Bruce Littlejohn, who in her turn got a tap from the 8 car of Ray Takeda. And that will turn Bruce Littlejohn into Grayson Nakavito, completely innocent, blindsided by this. And Bruce Littlejohn and Ray Takada go around. Now that O2 car will keep on sliding, just like, oh, that was a close call. Into the wall, and that was an even closer call. 8 car saves it without hitting the wall, at least without hitting the outside wall, so that's good news for Ray Takada, but still. Bruce Littlejohn go around. Let's take another look at this. With the 52 car going around first, and then with the O2 car going around and into the wall. And that's the second incident Prudence Littlejohn has been involved in, so this has not been her race. We're gonna take another look at this. On board with, I don't know, who shall we go on board with? Well, on board with Prudence Littlejohn. First rear cam. Let's take a look at the 52 car spinning around. Right there. Ouch. And contact made then. Prudence Littlejohn goes around. Oh boy. We'll get another onboard over here. Quick onboard, then we'll go back alive again to the finish of this race. Let's go onboard with Denise Steinauer, who caused the first incident and almost got caught up in the second one as well. So there the 52 car goes around, and there the 8 and the 08 car go around. Oh, this is close. That was very close. So unfortunately we got some more damaged cars. But hopefully these two guys, Cody Smart and Prudence Littlejohn, will be able to continue their way and still manage to race their way into the main race, the Mudsummer Classic. At least this driver is up front, Nicole Dronwich, and we're gonna get you back to the restart again. Lights are out on the pace car. This is very short cautions, these are, apparently. Nicole Dronwich is your leader in front of Caitlin Sang, Zachary Fitzwater, Devin Roberts, John Citadino still in the top 5. Philip Goldberg, Angel Navarro, Henrietta Fitzwater, Chris Dodd, and eventually Grace Nacavito with damage. And here we got the leftover car, so who will make it to the main race and who will not? That's gonna be the main question, of course, next to who will win the LCQs. Over here at Bristol as we're green flag racing once again with 4 laps to go. Nicole Dronwich with all her experience right in front of the rookie Caitlin Sang. Has already another couple of other drivers made contact. The 17 car in front. Here comes Zachary Fitzwater, and here comes John Citadino. The 73 car of John Citadino. With all his damage, for some reason his car still has speed, and that's very good news for him. At least if he can make it to the main race, that will be great. Of course, the big question is who's not gonna make it to the main race. Prudence Littlejohn, quite far back. I think she has too much damage, but we got one more lap to go. Here is Nicole Dronwich still up front. Can she hold off the 59 car of Zachary Fitzwater for one more lap? There's number 3 or 4 it is. I think she will make it. Yes indeed. Nicole Dronwich in the 17 car will win the LCQs. And unfortunately, there you can see the 2 drivers I was afraid of, Cody Smart and Prudence Littlejohn, did not make it. And then the other driver is Robert Goldberg. Now that's a big surprise. Robert Goldberg, 6th in points, does not qualify for the main race, for the Mudsummer Classic. Well, that's a big one. That's a big name, and that's quite impressive as well, because he has been so strong this whole season already. Finished 2nd at the Romandale, started on pole in the heat race number 1. For some reason, barely didn't make it to the main race in the one turn. Made it. Oh, it's over for him. So at least Nicole Dronwich, the winner of this race, she will get 5 bonus points and she will start in 25th position. Then Zachary Fitzwater will start in 25th. Chris Dodd will start in 26th. Sorry for Zachary Fitzwater. 27th for Chris Dodd. 28th for Caitlin Sang, and so on and so forth. John Citadino finished in 5th position, which is quite impressive. 6th position for Angel Navarro, Devin Roberts, Philip Goldberg, Henrietta Fitzwater, and Ray Takada. And then eventually Grace Nacavito and Denise Steinauer, she will start all the way in the back, but at least they have made it to the main race. And the same can unfortunately be said for Robert Goldberg, Cody Smart, and Prudence Littlejohn. So that's a tough deal. John Citadino will be the only driver to make it of his team to the main race, and that's a tough deal, I gotta say. So very unfortunate for Prins Liljan and Sean Angel to not make it, just like for Robert Goldberg and Cody Smart, who also didn't qualify in this race, and eventually also already out were Giancarlo Robles and Beth Black. So now, this was something new. We've done it before, but maybe not necessarily like this at Eldora. So, ladies and gentlemen, please let me know what you think of this format. I liked it. It's a lot of fun, and I hope you liked it as well. So, the full starting grid will be at the end of the video. The point standings will not show. That will be for the main race, so not really important for now. So, we'll just show you the starting grid for the main race, which will be the Mudsummer Classic here at Bristol Dirt Speedway. It's gonna be a long race. It's gonna be double points, 100 laps. It's very exciting. 36 cars have qualified, and you've all seen that in the past hour or so. So 6 drivers didn't make it. Once again, Giancarlo Robles, Beth Black, Sean Angel, Robert Goldberg, Cody Smart, and Prins Liljan. Unfortunately, they're out. But for now, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked it and give me, well, some feedback. And of course, go check out the Dascar KLM series on Jane Pinner's channel, the Dascar CA, Dascar, CA it is. And of course, John Ciudino, give him some support. 2 of his 3 drivers didn't make it to the main race. Now, let's go watch the Dascar Regional Pro Cup Series race over here at Bristol Dirt Speedway as well. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you for the main race for the Mudsummer Classic over here at Bristol Dirt Raceway with the Dascar Phillips Cup Series Season 9 2017 on Series